Just make sure you waist up, please. Welcome back into SWH Live. I'm Chris Treff. This is PJ Cavalla. It is time for the semi-finals. We have an excellent matchup here. The underdogs, the Mission Bauer Bordercats against the Mission Black Ice. You know these Bordercats really well. They upset you guys in game number 1. That was an incredible performance from them. A lot of heart shown. They just fought it and knocked off the favorites this time.
Yeah, no, they played extremely well against us. Give them a lot of credit. They came out with a game plan and they executed.
Now the Black Ice. Put them in that favorite role now that you guys have been eliminated. So the Bordercats have to do this again. They have to have another incredible performance because the Black Ice team is just as a formidable opponent as the Snipers.
Yeah, two factors I think for Bordercats here. Number one, don't take any penalties. We know how deadly Black Ice power play is. And number two, get out to an early lead like they did against us and shut the door for any opportunities Black Ice might produce.
So we'll see what shakes out here in this one. The winner will play for $25,000 later this evening. We'll take a break and we'll be back for some interviews with George Brown and then puck drop on SWH Live.
Ready? Trev, I want to do it now. Do one now.
Welcome back into SWH Live. Downtown, Georgie Brown is down on the floor with our coach of the Mission Bauer Bordercats, Matt Gillespie. Go ahead, George.
Here with head coach Matt Gillespie. Matt, what do you say to your team after a game like that they pulled off earlier today to keep them from getting a letdown game?
Well, they definitely should be riding high. They should be confident in themselves, right? We just now, before we came out here, talked about having the right amount of respect for teams like the Snipers, teams like Black Ice, where you don't respect them too much, that you sit back and let them do their thing, but you just play discipline and play hard, just like we did earlier today.
You talked about before the game how you needed more from your younger guys. Do you think you got that in the first game of the playoffs?
Definitely. They're starting to learn. You can kind of see them mature as young hockey players and starting to realize that, there's more to pro roller hockey than just scoring goals. It's defensive responsibility, and they're figuring it out.
Matt Gillespie, one of the legends here. I'm going to let you get back to your team after warm-ups. Good luck in today's game. Coming up, I'm going to get Coach Jason Muro real quick. If you guys can follow me over here, I got Coach Jay Muro. Jason, sorry to surprise you like that. I know when you see beauty walk up on you, it's surprising, Listen, Jason, we just saw the Bordercats take out the number 1 seed. You guys sit here at the number 2 seed and, of course, the new favorite. How do you prepare your team when that happens?
Well, like you said, and that's why they play the games. A lot of upsets this morning. They're a young team. They got guys that can skate and shoot. We have to establish control of the game right away and take it from them, and try to put the first couple of goals in so they get on their heels a little bit. We can't let them take a jump start. They had, I think in the quarterfinal game, they scored 2 goals real quick, like within 30 seconds of each other. And, teams build on that. I've been there before, so we got to go out there and set the tone.
Sounds good. I'll let you get back to your team. Good luck. Jason Muro, head coach of Mission Black Ice. We are ready for the semifinal matchup. The number 2 seed, Mission Black Ice, against the number 8 seed, Mission Bauer Bordercats. Sending back it up Sayers to Trefty and PJ Cavalla. Back up to you guys.
PJ, this is a really compelling matchup for a lot of reasons. Here's the question: can the Bordercats do it again?
Truthfully, I really think they can. They obviously surprised us. They surprised the entire roller hockey world, coming out, getting, like Jay Muro just said, 2 early goals within 30 seconds. And it just built their confidence throughout the game. If you let a team like the Bordercats hang around long enough and they get a bounce, they get a good goal, whatever it is, it just shows that they're here for a reason. And yes, I think they can do it again.
Black Ice was really, really patient in their first game. Connick tried to play a slow game. They kept right up with them in that aspect and eventually got the first goal. First goal is going to be huge, isn't it, PJ?
First goal is going to be instrumental here. I believe the first team that will score will probably end up winning this game.
The Mission Bauer Bordercats, the 8th seed, pulling off one of the biggest upsets in roller hockey history, will be in the white jerseys with blue and orange trim. They will go from left to right on your screen in period number 1. Mission Black Ice in the purple jerseys with white and yellow trim. They will go from right to left.
So, PJ, we talked earlier. I talked to Trefty earlier this afternoon, this morning, whatever. First day of games in round robin. On Friday, teams that scored first were 10-2. Speak to that, man, because even though it's 36 minutes of playing time, but they scored first and they got 10 out of 12 wins.
Yeah, that's been the story I feel like lately. It's in roller hockey is that you capitalize early or whatever it is, score first, and you dictate the pace of the game. Like Jay Miro said, they got to set the tone early, and by doing that is scoring a goal, getting a power play maybe, like that will lead to a goal for Black Ice. Usually it does. So yeah, 10-2 record, that definitely makes sense because it showed earlier in the quarterfinal match as well. They scored 2 early goals, and it made us have to play a different style game.
Looks like we have a slight delay here as they're fixing some water, some dust down in the left corner. So
I'm going to be down here on the Black Ice bench for the first half of this period. I'm going to go over to the Bordercat bench for the second half of this period. But I'm going to follow the benches. I might not even break it up like that. But Trefty, just to let you know, and PJ, I'm going to let you know, I'm going to be down here trying to get the attitude on the bench and get it from ice level while you guys are upstairs.
we are underway in the semifinal. The winner will play for $25,000 later this evening against the winner of Pama and Rinkrat. First possession goes to Black Ice. They're looking for an early goal to set the tone of this game. Because if you're chasing the game, PJ, against the Black Ice, it's not going to be good for you. Tiffenworth in on the left wing side. He'll throw it back into his own zone for the control and carry by PJ DiMartino. Drops it back to the right point for Kozlov. He'll skate down to the half wall, puts on the blinks. Swings over to the near side, Tiffenworth.
Already here, Black Ice has more possession than the Snipers had early in the game. Face-offs in this division are huge.
Tiffenworth to the inside, now back to the outside. He hits the goalpost with a backhand. And then a high stick sent it off the post again. So 2 close chances. The second one wouldn't have counted because it was a high stick, but now a face-off all the way back down in the Bordercats offensive zone.
Yeah, George, as you touched on earlier, face-offs are absolutely key in any roller game, especially a game of this magnitude here. Winning face-offs, you need to be strong. You need your help coming from the sides and the boards in the middle, and anything you can do to win that puck, because the puck is gold.
And PJ, that's what I think hurt you guys, not having Austin Cangelosi win every single face-off hurt you guys in that game.
Yeah, Canty's clearly a huge part of our game plan, and without him, it was a big loss for us. But you know, it just proved costly.
Purcell out of his defensive zone. He'll move to the middle of the rink now. Taking a hack from Kraft, keeps the feet moving. Now the puck is knocked away. It ends up at the red line. Glover thought about going, but he stays back. Might as well with the leading scorer in the division coming in on you. Kraft tried to throw back to the point. That one's blocked. John Schauble, he takes a hit. Nice defense there from the Canadian Glover. Baumgartner scored the first goal against the Snipers, gets it up for Tilliston. He hit the post last game, held off the score sheet, but he had himself a heck of a performance. And all the young guys, George, stepped up last game.
And they did step up. That's what we talked to Matt Koletzki about at the beginning of the tournament and before their second game. And that's one thing he said they're going to have to step up. And Kellen Kafuk played amazing in that game against the Mission Levada Snipers. But one thing you got to watch for here, guys, one thing you want to watch for are the turnovers. It's going to be important that they play another perfect game. If you're the Bordercats, talk to Nick Boyarski of Connex. When he played Black Ice, you can't. That's one team you cannot give turnovers to.
Speak of the devil, Purcell turns it over a 2-on-1. Schauble, he's got Kraft with him. Schauble for Kravo, and that one goes off his shoulder and up into the mesh. 15:50 left in the first. Schauble got it over to Kraft, and that's good defense. The Bordercats, if they do make a mistake like that, it's imperative they get back and make up for it, and they did so right there. Crisis averted for the boys from Detroit.
Yeah, that's a risky play, though, going down there and losing the puck and having Kraft and Schauble come down 2-on-1.
Yeah, it was Tommy Toohey the last time up for Connex who turned the puck over, and that's when Billy Pascali came down and got the 1-0 lead for Black Ice. And then it was just a brand new game. They made it 5-1 or 5-0 to end that game. And against Black Ice, you've got to get the first goal here, and no turnovers. It's got to be a perfect game.
DiMartino out to the point for Groff. He's had a nice tournament. A relative unknown. He's been playing with him the last few years, and he's really stepped up here in the Pama Pro. Now it's DiMartino, skates in front of his team's bench. In the far circle, he'll dance to the middle. The puck skitters away from him before he can get a backhand shot. Eisenhower back into his own zone for Groff.
We've played about 3 minutes here, Trefty, and possession has probably been 2.5 minutes to 30 seconds in favor of Black Ice.
But it's still scoreless. They have nothing to show for it yet. Pascali up the right wing side. It's chipped to the middle. Eisenhower could not finagle around Dare. Now up for Kafuk. The star earlier today tried to go around DiMartino. Nearly worked.
Good tip by Machinsky there, and he gets him going.
Pascali, power move to the outside, gets around Dare. Backhand shot, and Strauss makes the save. Big collision in the left corner. Maddox wins a battle, but misses Kafuk on a headman feed. This one comes out towards center. Remember, the Snipers did control a lot of the chances early. Strauss was good. He didn't need to be great as of yet. And the Bordercats just came back opportunistic, got that first goal, and that got him going after a relative slow start.
Yeah, and one thing I want to see is how much KJ Tiffenworth and Billy Pascali play together.
Pass in front, Matt Gerger's all load shot and a blocker save made by Strauss.
They're losing containment. Bordercats are losing containment. They're running around a lot. Without possession here, they can't control the game like they did early against the Snipers.
Oslo near side, loses it a bit, collects, skates around the back of the net. Oslo fires it back into his own zone. Black Ice bench yelling for a hook on that play. Hands stay down.
Yo, Kozlo is not having it over here, boys. Kozlo skated by the bench, and he was not having it. Soper was all over him.
Kozlo shot from the point. That one looked like it might have had some eyes, but it goes wide to the left post. The way the referees call this game, George, is going to be huge.
Oh, it's going to be huge. Absolutely. And again, like I said, Pascali and Tiffenworth, once they get together, it's going to be, that's the top line. If there was to be a top line at all, it's Pascali and Tiffenworth.
Soper throws it out from behind the net.
But Eisenhower has gotten some short shifts here because when they got Eisenhower right off and got Tiffenworth right on. So Tiffenworth is going to have the longer shifts of all of the forwards, probably, him and Kraft.
Tiffenworth backhand toe drag to the middle, sends it in front, they score! KJ Tiffenworth, a highlight reel goal, backhand toe drag to get free, fakes the pass and throws a soft backhand on net. It fooled Strauss. It hit a piece of his equipment, but he didn't get enough of it as it rolled down his arm and went across the goal line. 1-0 Black Ice, 13-10 left in the first.
So we're 5 minutes in, and I don't know if, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, Bordercats don't have a shot on goal.
You're correct, sir. Back to get in his own zone is Groff. This game is playing right into the hands of Black Ice. Nate Gerger up the right wing side for Pascali. Pascali watched by Rackman as he comes in. Wrist shot, that one hit the side of the post. Chavo tried to smack it back in his own zone, intercepted by Lemke. They need a response. Rackman up the left wing side, long range try. That one misses block. Puck comes around to the near wing. Kish overskated it. Now Nate Gerger, right wing side. Big Nate Gerger.
Here's a scary thing when you're down 1-0 to Black Ice. You can't take the first penalty either now. You can't even play that hard because if you take the first penalty, it's 90% of the time going to be 2-0. So that just can't happen. So there's so many things that can go wrong if you're playing from behind against them.
Black Ice has control once again. Chavo throws it back into his own zone. Nate Gerger banks it off the wall back for him. Up to the red line for Kraft. Kraft to the left wing side. Back into his own zone and fires it to Nate Gerger. He'll slide it to the near side for Groff. Domination possession-wise here for the Black Ice. Kraft, sneaky pass out front, missed Chavo. Near side wall. Chavo trying to keep the play alive. He gets knocked off the puck, but it took 3 Bordercats to do it, but a turnover by Mission Bauer. And Nate Gerger back to the way, tried to slide it through the middle, but nice play from Siciliano. Oh, look at this. Crazy Karam off the glass, comes out front, but Kish clears it out of harm's way. Nate Gerger loses this one to Tilliston. Tilliston left wing side, into the far circle, out front, shot!
Oh, that's the way to get back in the game, and Chinny, a huge save there.
I feel like Chinny's played really, really well this tournament for Black Ice.
Glover had the game-tying goal on his stick, but the left pad of Machinsky said not today, and it's Black Ice's turn once more. Shot from PJ DiMartino, and a right shoulder save. Made by the goaltender, Strauss. Now Glover with another chance. Leads the 2-on-2. He's got Baumgartner with the long range shot. Machinsky makes a save. Couldn't find it at first. But luckily for him, Baumgartner was not able to get to the puck in time. He gets the cover with 10:54 left in the first period. Face off near side circle. Black Ice will win the defensive zone draw. Kozlo around the back of the net. Takes a little hook. Kafuk, he's going to need to be big once again. I'm sure Black Ice knows it. They're going to key in on him. Purcell now has it in his own zone. To the far side for Maddox. Maddox to the right wing. Baumgartner, nice toe drag to get free. Plays in front for Kafuk.
Yo, here's the difference in this game. Cal Kafuk was the difference maker in the first period against the Snipers. Here, DiMartino was pasted to him. Pasted.
Not to be confused with Copy. Brought in by Pascali up the middle of the rink. Sends it in front. That one misses, comes to ice. Now he turns, fires Strauss. Nice save as the puck comes.
And there's
back out
no
to center.
possession for Black Ice. There's just none for Bordercats right now. There's none. If they get control of the puck, it's for 5 seconds, and then either Black Ice is on them or they're turning the puck over.
Yeah, this is a typical Black Ice game. This is how you win in the playoffs, and that's why they've been doing it for so long.
Billy Pascali. Coming up the middle of the floor. He's going to split through a couple of back checkers. Plays to the far side. One time.
That's a scary man-to-man switch. Baumgartner was here in front of the bench. He said, I got benched, but he had to help on the middle of Pascali. But of course, Pascali knew that Baumgartner left his man, drops it here, and it was a one-timer back door. I don't know if Baumgartner left his man too early, and again, possession given right away. Baumgartner left his man too early here. He's got to trust the defenseman there because once he left his man, back door was wide open, so you got to trust there.
Tippinworth in, shot. This one is blocked, and Dare takes it. The big lefty. Up the left wing side for Lemke. Lemke drop pass for Purcell.
They're not going to give you forever to get these shots off. So if you're going to get a shot off, you better get it off quick, because if not, Black Ice is recovering. They'll give you about a nanosecond to get something off. If not, it's over.
Rackman in his own zone finds Soto. Back for Rackman. Oh boy, puck's rolling on him. Tries to clear it, hits Kraft, but it fortuitously goes right to Dare. Rackman the other way to Lemke. One-timer, Machinsky makes the save. He's looking for it. It's loose in front. Shot there, score!
Oh man, they tie it up. Boy, oh boy, they have not had any control of this game, but just one opportunity crash on the net.
That was a crazy play too, because it looked like that was an easy save for Chinny, but he just lost the puck, and in the scramble, the Bordercats guy found it.
Yeah, he's got to find that rebound. He's not doing well finding rebounds right now. Every shot, there's been a rebound. He's not swallowing up pucks right now. And if I'm the Bordercats, I'm ripping everything and charging the net.
Shot to the foot of the goal. Strauss comes back with an excellent save.
That would have been killer. That would have been a backbreaker to allow that right after the goal. PJ, what does that do to you guys on the bench if you score a goal, tie it up, and then that quick, it's just...
Pass up ahead. They nearly split the D, but that one is blocked.
Yeah, I think, Georgie, like you said, shifts after goals are huge. Like, we talk about face-offs. Win the face-off, number one, and then number two, you can't have any breakdowns like that defensively. And obviously, Strauss came up huge on that save.
DiMartino going 1-on-4.
DiMartino gets to the D. The puck ends up in the crease. And that one is cleared away by the Bordercats. Chipped up for Rackman. Rackman down the left wing side. Takes the shot. Sends one back into his own zone.
Now after that goal, it's Bordercats now possessing play.
How's the mood on the Black Ice bench right now, Georgie?
Listen, Jay Muro is down here, and they're getting frustrated now after the one goal. They had complete control of this game, and now the Bordercats have them kind of reeling. Jay Muro had to just tell them on the bench, hey, everybody relax, calm down, relax on the bench. Jay Muro had to calm everybody down over here because you can tell a little bit they were on their heels. It's only 1-0, but they were still on their heels. I mean, it's only tied at 1, but they're still on their heels here. Black Ice does not like being tied.
This one comes back.
And not possessing the puck.
Kish. Back in his own zone. Now swings it to the right side. Send up ahead, Kish. From the right corner, spins it back into his own zone. Smart play to send it back into his own end.
I'm here.
Dennis. Looks like we're joined by Dennis. Jelsic.
I can't hear him.
Thanks for George for letting me know late about this.
I can't hear him at all.
Nothing?
Now you should be able to. Dennis, talk for me. PJ DiMartino comes up the left side now. Pass to the right wing, Pascali. Drop pass for DiMartino, poked away from end.
Good poke there. Siciliano has been one of their MVPs of the playoffs so far.
Siciliano cannot get to the front of the goal. Taken by Groff. Groff fires his one.
Oh man, that's a 2-on-1 if they take that.
Oh, miss Pascali. Bordercats have possession for now. Kafuk, nifty drop pass. Now Maddox around the back of the goal. Maddox, far side. Toe drag, works, wrist shot. That's stop made by Machinsky. It's important for Machinsky, boys, to recover here. Kiffin on the left side. Tries to cut to the middle.
Oh, what a feed.
Now Pascali tries to play to the back
Great
door.
defense, though.
2-on-1 the other way. Here we go.
Maddox to the left wing side. Kafuk back for Maddox, and that one missed. Now the puck comes out to center for Tyler Kraft. Kraft cuts to his right. Did not pull the trigger. This one's wrapped around the boards. At the red line, it's Pascali. Oslo. Up for Kraft now. 4:53 left in the first. A tie hockey game. Now Matt Gerger looks to change that. Saucer pass to the back door.
Always charging the net is John Chavo. He's looking for that tip in. Shout out to Brody Weiss, too. Aaron Weiss wanted to make sure we shouted out his son today.
It's a different level than we've seen in this tournament so far, guys. This is up and down the rink.
It's been fun to watch so far. The Bordercats are playing out of their mind. They beat the Snipers here. Now they're tied with Black Ice in the semis.
George, have you noticed a change in this game from previous games?
Chance in front. Chavo shoots and scores.
Chavo was dangerous, and you knew he was going to get one. But Dennis, to answer your question, have I noticed a change to this? Have I noticed a change to this game? I actually have since the beginning. Bordercats actually finally held some possession, but then I don't know why one of these guys, if they know I'm not talking, if I'm talking to you, haven't given you a headset because I'm talking to you, but whatever. But it's changed completely because of the simple fact that Bordercats took over control completely after the one goal. And then again, they've been one and done chances that have been put in the back of the net. Black Ice didn't have too much possession, but then get the goal. Bordercats scored their goal. They didn't have possession of the puck. But it's just, man, it's anybody's game right now.
Well, what do you know? John Chavo with a massive goal to put his team in the lead.
He seems to do that quite often.
Tell me about it. Taken by Chavo. Chavo leaves it behind the net for Groff.
Hey, you know what I notice also? And this is the difference between a winning team and a team that's just not there yet. There has not been 1 point of negativity on this bench yet.
Hey, Gerger near side, sends it in front. Strauss makes the save. It trickles in afterwards, and they say no.
I don't know, Georgie, I feel like you have a better angle. What is your thought on that?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the explanation.
It seemed like it was an early whistle. I could be wrong, though.
He's already blowing the whistle there.
Chavo knew exactly where that puck was, and he just tapped in the rebound after he deflected it on net.
What'd you hear, Georgie?
So what happened was the referee, remember, it's always the intention to blow the whistle. And it's a timeout Bordercats because they just got away with one there. But listen, it's the intention to blow the whistle. So when Strauss stopped it, he was stationary with the stop. The referee's whistle went, the puck then dropped, and they put it in the net. But I don't know, what did you guys see up there? Down here, it did not look like Strauss was stationary and still, it seemed like he was still moving.
Oh, he was for sure. I think he was going from his right to his left.
And leaning backwards a little bit, too.
Right, he caught the puck, was leaning backwards, and the referee gave him the benefit of the doubt. I guess you always want, if it's on the other side, too, you'd want your goaltender to have the benefit of the doubt.
We talked about it earlier, George. I know this is, like I said, this is a crazy assumption, but he has all black pads, does Strauss.
Animated Matt Koleski right now, guys. Anybody checking this out?
Yeah, I think right now Bordercats haven't stuck to their game plan that they used against us. Right now they're kind of sitting back on their heels a little bit. And I don't know, I feel like because they had their early 2-goal lead against us, they were able to dictate a little more pace, but it looks like Black Ice is dictating the pace in this game.
Tell me if I'm wrong, but you think having all black pads helped there because the referee could not see the puck. He blew the whistle. If he had a white pad, he might have seen it rolling down his leg. Is that, I mean, something to think about.
You know what?
Yeah,
you brought that up earlier, Drafty.
And then it came to fruition later.
But you know what? The whistle, if the intention was because it was up in his chest when the initial shot was taken.
But Strauss was still scrambling.
Strauss was scrambling, but if the intention was to blow the whistle because it was up in his chest, the whistle went at the right time.
Touché.
And so it went over before it dropped. I don't like the whistle being blown before the goaltender has stopped moving, meaning he has no idea where the puck still is. Do you give the benefit of that out there to the shooter or the goaltender?
Blackman brings it into his offensive zone, now drops it. Back in the defensive half, Purcell. We'll see if this timeout wakes the Bordercats up. Not often do you see Matt Koleski animated on the bench, and he was giving it to his boys right there.
George, did you happen to catch anything of Matt's discussion with his team?
No, I didn't.
You get there a little
I
late?
got over here late. I saw you pointing over, and I got over here late.
Lemke shoots and scores!
Well, I'll tell you this much. The timeout worked. I'll tell you that much because they get a goal right after the timeout on an unbelievable shot by Ryan Lemke. My God.
Lemke had a puck-size hole to shoot at, and he put it there perfectly, top shelf.
Like, there's not many players that can put the puck where he just put it at all.
Well-placed timeout, George.
PJ, from a player's perspective, what does a timeout like that give to a team?
I think, like we talked about, Koleski was very animated on the bench, and I think he was just letting his boys know, like, boys, stick to our game plan. The things that worked against the Snipers, we're not doing them right now. Continue to do what we did, and let's get one quickly. Let's get back on the board. Let's even this game up, and let's start dictating the pace.
Well, they listened to him, whatever he did say, or maybe they didn't, and it still worked. But Tilliston heads into his offensive zone.
Yo,
Now we'll turn
this
back.
is what I'm noticing on both of these benches, and this is why these teams are in the semifinals, is because every man down here makes every other man responsible. There's no complaints, there's no negativity. It's all positive on both benches. They might give each other pointers on what they're seeing, but there's black ice on the black ice bench, all positive. Hey, way to go, great pass, great look. The coaches are responsible for saying, hey, next time look here. And sometimes the players come off.
The shot comes in, blocked by Kozlov.
Sometimes players come off and do the same thing. And they work together instead of complaining and crying and moaning. And that's what they've been doing every single shift. They come off and it's always positive.
Pascali out to DiMartino, sends to the near side for Pascali. As George was just talking about the positivity over on the
Yeah, I mean,
Bordercats bench.
Go ahead.
Black Ice took a 2-1 lead there. The timeout's got to be, hey, they just took a 2-1 lead. They've been all over us for the last 3 minutes, had a couple of chances. We got to get this game back right away. That was that one. But do you have enough of those timeouts left, George?
You ain't got none of them left.
You got halftime.
I mean,
You got halftime.
that's all you got. But I think it came at the right time because
Pascali toe drag to the middle. Eisenhower wasn't ready for it.
Just think of that turnaround, though. The goal that was disallowed could have been 3-1. It's now 2-2. Got a minute left here.
Massive.
Yeah, it's a big turning point in the game for sure.
Yeah.
It's a mountainside change of events. No pun intended with the logo on the black ice jerseys. PJ DiMartino. Moving around to the right side. Gives it off to Pascali. Pascali, wrister. That one's blocked. Goes up over the top of the net. Tiffenworth. Tried to center it, but it bounced away from him.
And not only that, but after the timeout, Black Ice has less and less room to maneuver anywhere.
Siciliano sends it through the middle. Chris nearly knocked it in midair. PJ DiMartino fires one up ahead. Tiffenworth into the zone. Near side, toe drags. Puck gets away from him.
Great job by Kafuk to get it back because he had lost his man initially.
Kafuk to Maddox. Maddox fakes a shot, cuts the middle. Still has it, but could not get the shot away. Now Maddox could not center it. Puck's flung over the far side. Pascali with 2 seconds left. One more shot goes wide, and that'll do it.
We are tied at 2 at halftime. Before you get to your guys, Matty K, what did you say during that timeout?
I just said we weren't putting out the effort that we did earlier this morning against the Snipers, and we just had to turn up the intensity. They were talking a good game, but we weren't moving our feet.
Got you. Thank you, Matty K. Well, the timeout actually worked. I'll send it back up to you guys.
We'll take a break, and we will be back for the second period. A 2-2 tie, Bordercats and Black Ice. This is SWH Live. Welcome back into SWH Live in our coverage of State Wars 14.
Real quick, Jay Miro, what was the message there at halftime?
We just got to keep doing what we're doing. I thought we carried the play there, a couple breakdowns. Just got to hit our shots. You know, we got to finish. Someone's got to score a big goal in a big game.
Thanks, Jay Miro. Let him get back to the game. We're sending it back up to you guys.
Bordercats will go from right to left in the white jerseys. And Black Ice from left to right. Here comes Lemke. Scored a beautiful goal at the end of that period. Gives it down low. Backhand chance in front. Saving Machinsky. They're trying to find the biscuit. Now it's cleared down the rink. John Chavo with speed. Sends it in front. Poked away from Matt Kerger. What a back check from Ryan Kish.
Great stick there in the lane.
If you are the Bordercats right now, and I'll let you take this away, Trev. If you're the Bordercats right now and somebody told you coming in this game you'd be tied with Black Ice 2-2 in the semifinal of Pama Pro, you'd take it 10 out of 10 times.
Zero static. Slap shot. Pad save by Matt Kerger. They come back in front. Chavo shoots and scores. We talked about it. Big goal, John Chavo. And he does it again. This time it's on a rebound. They couldn't beat Strauss on the first shot, but persistence pays off and they put it home.
Yeah, it looked like Bordercats D just kind of forgot about him there on that second post, and Chavo with the nice hands pulls it across the line and finishes up high.
Yo, Chavo, big game player.
For me, Georgie, he's the biggest in the game at scoring big goals.
Listen, I'll take that. I'll agree with you. I can't think of anybody else right now. I can't. Every time they're in a semifinal, final, you see him on the scoreboard.
Draw for wrister, blocked, rebound, and a blocker stop made by Strauss.
That's just Johnny Roller Hockey doing what Johnny does.
Yeah.
Tiffenworth, nice slot.
Now's when you wish you had a timeout. That's a situation where you want KJ Tiffenworth to throw that back. You now have the lead.
Baumgartner in front and misses Tillison. He goes to the far side for the control by Groff. Groff in behind the net. Sent up the right side, past Golly. Oh boy!
Oh.
It was nice D that nearly cost him. As Baumgartner poked it away, and Strauss was away there and made that stop.
That would have been devastating.
I got to stay out of the way of that. I'm too pretty to get hit with any puck up here now.
Says the guy who says he was a goalie. Behind the net, it's Kozlow. Gives it off to DiMartino. DiMartino crosses the red line, drops it for Kozlow. Kozlow back into his own zone.
Yo, if there was a captain on Black Ice,
George, did you happen? I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Did you happen to catch any bench discussion at the half? Difference in bench discussion between Muro and Koleski?
No, you know what? I didn't catch anything from coaches, but what I did catch was player discussion. Down on the Black Ice bench, it was Tyler Kraft the whole time. Let's go here, boys. Keep it up. This is our game. We've had 2 breakdowns, but we play our game. We're winning it. Over on the other bench, there's total. They're pleased at 2-2. That's what it was. They're pleased. Let's keep going here. Let's make sure we turn this second period. We win 1 period, and that's what it was.
Matt was not nearly as animated at the half as he was during the timeout. I will say that.
That is absolutely true.
Wrist shot.
That is absolutely true.
And he gets the whistle.
Georgie, and going back to what you were going to discuss earlier, if you were going to say a captain for Black Ice, who would you throw out there?
There's not one name I would throw out other than Tyler Kraft. Tyler Kraft every single time. Now, Jess Hackett laid one of their players out at the end of the game. And the one to check him on it, Tyler Kraft. Tyler Kraft makes everybody accountable on here. They scored a goal. He had nothing. I don't know if he had anything to do with the goal. I don't know if it was a rebound shot that Chavo put in. But Tyler Kraft from the bench, let's go here. It's easy. He pumps everybody up. It's so easy with having him on the bench. You don't want to let a player like that down.
And for me as a player as well, I feel like a captain should also lead by example, and he definitely does that.
Oh, my God, yeah. And he's not a quiet leader. He is extremely vocal, and I love that about him. And I'm sure every one of his guys do, too.
He's always sticking up for his teammates, doing the right thing, which is also huge. And usually you don't get that from a guy who's leading a division in points, but he'll go get in somebody's face.
And this will be, I believe, the second tournament this summer where he's won top scorer as well.
He's a 95. He's a 95. Doesn't mean That doesn't mean I'm calling him young by any stretch of the imagination, but he is.
Kid's in his prime right now. He's feeling it.
This one's controlled here by Matt Gerger. Up ring for Shava, looking for a hat trick. High slot, past Coley, a shot. That one's blocked in front. Puts it back into the crease. Strauss kicks it out.
Bordercat, and they can't turn the puck over like that. Bordercats, and it's back ice possession once again. Bordercats are the best team in the division, though, in the playoffs right now at blocking shots. You have to say that. They won the game against the Bordercats just by 2 minutes, the last 2 minutes of the block shots.
Yeah, they were selling out, doing everything that they could to make sure that puck wasn't getting into Strauss.
Chavo makes it look so easy to recover pucks. He doesn't even work at it. He just tips it. It's so intelligent. He just tips it away, gets it, and throws it back. It's just an intelligent team. It's easy. It's easy to just sit down here and watch them, and it's just like, geez.
Taken by Lemke. A break for Rackman. Rackman, a shot. That one's blocked. Goes in behind the net. You can hear Jay Muro yelling on your mic down there, George. He's getting into it.
Yo, because Jason, and you don't want to let him down either. And you want to win for this guy. I mean, one of the best guys in the sport, but you just want to win for him, and all his guys do because he's coached them forever. Loyalty, commitment, dedication.
PJ DiMartino cuts left, now right, wrist shot. Nice sound save. Made by Strauss, hangs on for the whistle.
This game right now is still being controlled by Black Ice, but exactly what we had in the first period, the exact same thing we had in the first period. It was a situation where Black Ice was controlling the game completely. One rebound chance, and the Bordercats got the tying goal. So just because possession is, what do they say, 9/10 of the law or something like that?
That is true.
But there's still 1/10 that you can get away with, and they got away with it getting that one goal. So 7/8 to I don't know what it is, possession, whatever. You know what I'm saying, folks. Some of you have been cracked for possession out there. Just
shot by Chavo, save made by Strauss.
If you've been put away for possession, just tweet me and let me know what the law said, because I'm sure some of you have, but who knows. But anyways, what I'm trying to say was you can have all the possession you want. It's an NFL stat, too. Here's a chance. Oh, man. No stick.
Glover to the near side. Tilliston tries a toe drag and miss to get it to the near wing. Kish.
How many passes do they want to make without a shot?
And unable to get that shot away. Now it's Tyler Kraft down the right wing. To the far side for Nate Gerger. Nate Gerger in front. Chavo shoots. Save made from Strauss.
They wasted chances at shots there. Wasted chances at shot. And I don't know why you waste so many opportunities. It was a 3-on-1.5 because there was one defender without a stick. They didn't get one shot on goal in that situation.
Face off near side circle. Pascali takes the draw for Black Ice. He's going to win this one clean back to the red line.
Too delayed. I'm about 30 seconds.
Nate Gerger behind the net.
I could do it like that.
He's up the left side. Here comes Matt Gerger. Back into his own zone. Nate Gerger. Up to his right. Over the near side top. Wrist shot. That one goes well wide. That might have been a wrist shot, or it might have been just clearing it back in his
I
own.
think he was just trying to keep possession there.
Like I said, it's still a one-goal game, so even with all the possession in the world.
He can score a goal in 5 seconds.
Exactly.
Pascali in, shot, patched up by Strauss awkwardly, and he makes a gorgeous stop on the rebound. Looked like it almost handcuffed him there, guys.
Yeah, and it's just like the NFL, guys. Like, you can have time possession for 30 minutes, but have 2 15-minute drives. But then you get 2 80-yard bombs for the other team, and you had time possession for a minute and a half. You still got 2 touchdowns. So it doesn't matter how much time you have possession for, but even though in this game the puck is gold, you want to make sure you keep possession the entire time. But and if you keep possession with the lead, especially if you're Black Ice, Bordercats have to start pushing.
Purcell in the high slot. Long range wrister, that one misses and goes way up into the mesh.
They help at perfect times. Jay Muro calls for it. Tyler Kraft wasn't completely beat. He was beat to the outside. And then Matt Gerger steps at the perfect time to help. Leave his man last minute. So even if Purcell wants to make that pass, he has no time to do it because he's running out of space, and Matt Gerger helps at the perfect point.
Yeah, it's good team defense. That's what you need in these types of tournaments.
Long range shot goes off the crossbar. DiMartino tried to catch him sleeping.
George, we're in that 10-minute mark. Remember we said earlier this afternoon, you're in the 10-minute mark. How many more possessions are you going to have?
Right.
Before you're going to start pushing up the rink here.
We did talk about that 10-minute mark. We talked about in 10 minutes, you might have only 3 of them. You might have only 3 of them. So.
Face off. One here. Behind the black ice. DiMartino has it in his own zone. Now up the right side for Groff. Groff back behind his own net. DiMartino to John Chavo. To center for Tyler Kraft. Kraft to DiMartino now. Black Ice are playing an immensely boring game, but they don't mind. DiMartino, a wrist shot and a glove stop made by Strauss.
DiMartino wants that shot every time, high glove.
Soper.
If he changes it up next time, see if he changes it up, and if it goes in the next time, if he changes that shot up, it's been high glove 3 out of 3 times.
The last shot actually off the bar was far side blocker, George.
Far side blocker? Yeah, I couldn't see it from down here.
Yeah. That's actually his go-to on the power play too, is the far side blocker.
Gotcha.
Lemke tried to get it in front. That one is blocked. You're wrong every now and again, George.
It's tough to see from that angle too, I understand.
Chavo cuts the middle. Wrister, he missed it just wide. No, what I said was, George, you're wrong every now and again.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know
rare.
much of it.
It's
Yeah.
rare.
Yeah, I don't know when.
Dare down the left wing side. It's on the brakes in the near circle. Fire it back into his own end. 8:24 left in the second. A 3-2 Black Ice lead.
Going over to the Bordercat bench, guys. Every time I go over there, it seems like every bench I'm on, either in the lead or timed up.
Soper. Moving around in his own zone. Pass up the left side. Collected by Dare. Dare to the right wing. Glover shoots. That one missed just high. Now Dare with it. Dare into the near circle. Gets a stick lifted from behind by Pascali. Now Pascali was holding his cage. I think he was trying to sell that one. I'm sure the bars
He was
did
trying
good.
to sell that one, but Jason Miro immediately yells at his guys to relax. He's got complete control of his bench. But he has easy guys to deal with. They're just about the game, and that's it. They worry about nothing but the game. They don't worry about officiating. They worry about the game. They don't worry about what the other team's doing. They control the play. They worry about what their game is.
Tiffenworth for Pascali. Pascali back into his own zone. Gives it to Kozlov. 7 minutes left. Still so much time, boys.
George,
Now,
it's getting late, George. Let them know.
it is, but listen, what I'm seeing is a lot of heads. When I'm looking at the Black Ice bench, their eyes are concentrated on the game. When I look at the Bordercat bench, their eyes are concentrated on the clock. There's a difference here.
Bauer tried to swing to the far side. DiMartino intercept.
Oh, man.
Now it's Tiffenworth. Tiffenworth, pass it away from Pascali. Goes from his glove down to his stick. Shot in front. Strauss! An acrobatic save to keep the Bordercats alive.
What did I say? Later in the game, it was going to be KJ and Billy together.
Tiffenworth, a long-range shot, and Machinsky makes the save.
Tillotson.
What I say?
Huh?
You got what I'm saying. 6:32 left in the second.
Yeah.
A 3-2
And you're
lead.
calling me out for being wrong. Thanks, Guy. Get it together up there. With your tea and honey.
I'm following your lead, George.
Don't follow my lead.
I thought you were the captain of this
I'm not the
broadcast.
captain at all.
Captain downtown, baby.
No. No.
Groff, far side. Net for Nate Gerger. Kafuk and Groff tied up. That's a smart play if you're Groff. Maybe try to get him off and do matching minors. If you do so, you're taking off the best player, at least for this tournament, for Bordercats. Didn't work though. Chavo, near side circle, tries to cut to the middle. Kafuk knocks him down. And a penalty coming. They're going to
Go ahead, George. I'm waiting. I'm not sure if I agree there.
No, I'm going to tell you why I do. I'm going to tell you why I do on this situation. Kafuk could have stood him up. He went and laid. Cal could have stood him up. He went and laid him out. There's a difference.
Come on.
There's a difference.
3:26 minutes left. Come on.
Okay. The timing of it, maybe, but you still got to be an actor and make it look better than that.
Did he extend his?
I'm not giving into that.
Did he extend his arms on that play?
No, but my extension is not what I'm worried about. If you extend, go ahead,
Kraft
Kraft.
shot, he scores! Doesn't matter whether it's a good call or not, Black Ice takes advantage.
Listen to me. Listen closely. Even if you extend your arms, it's bull if they're calling that because of the fact that we had a call like that in our game, and he extended his arm, but just extended his hands with his gloves, hit a guy in the chest. The guy goes wailing around, and he calls it for a body check. What just happened there was a body check. Was it a weak body check that could have been let go? Absolutely. But was it a body check? Yes. If he extends his hands and keeps his hands out, I'm fine with that not getting called. But he just laid a shoulder into him.
I guarantee the referee will say that was because it denied a scoring chance, because Chavo would have been in all alone if he didn't body him.
Because he pushed the puck past him. BJ, what are you thinking there?
I mean, I truthfully thought that was an unreal defensive play. Chavo's trying to dipsy doodle like he does, and you got to put him down. That's exactly what he did. I thought it was a bad call.
Okay.
And he wouldn't have been by him.
Eisenhower in.
He got him.
Could not get the penalty.
Exactly. You're taught at a young age to take the body, and that's exactly what he did.
Listen, that's not what I'm saying, though. And you would know this because you take the body every play. But what I saw down
Same
here.
exact play right there. The only difference is the guy doesn't go down.
But what I saw right here, what I saw down there was Cal Kafuk standing him up. Oh, it was a great open ice check. He stood him up, but I could see why the referee made the call.
Kish in front, Limke could not get the shot.
Now,
So are you saying that if he hit him less hard, it would have not have been penalty?
no, what I'm saying is if he doesn't stand him up, and if those hands, which
Pascali in, shoots, save made from Strauss.
if he stands him up and just stands him up, even if he drops a small shoulder, fine. But what happened was, like you said, there was a small extension there, and he made it look a lot worse than it actually was. If I'm Bordercats, am I pissed at the call? Absolutely. If I'm Black Ice, do I want the call? Absolutely. Unbiased opinion, do I see why the referee made it? Absolutely. Could he have let it go? Absolutely. But Treftiov says it all the time. Somebody's going to be pissed no matter what. If you miss it,
I'm going to remember that. The next time it happens to you, I'm going to remember that.
Oh, absolutely. Trev, you saw what Andy Fiorentino did in our game against Black Ice.
I don't want that call in any direction.
And
So.
he hit a guy with his gloves. That, when you lay a guy out, could you have let it go? Absolutely.
Well, it's what I said earlier. It's that gray area of body contact and roller. Technically, there's no checking. So what is a check and a penalty and what isn't? Sometimes guys will annihilate guys along the boards. Nothing. And then that was a nice defensive play. Is that a penalty or not? I don't know because there's no rule on it. It's a gray
Along
area.
the boards,
Gray area.
Along the
George,
boards, I'm
you
okay
love
with.
gray area.
Along
Go
the
ahead.
boards, I'm okay with. Open ice, I'm not.
I think it should go. I think it should go both ways on that. If you're going to allow checking along the board slightly, you should allow checking slightly in open ice too.
And two,
There
it's
you
like
go.
put-
I agree with you. I'll take that. I'll take that totally. That was not, he didn't lay him out.
I mean, you can put the emphasis on the attacking player being prepared to be
Yeah,
checked.
but-
and Chavo had his head down there, but you can't fault the guy either.
Shaw
because
didn't even have his head down. His head was up because he pushed the puck past him. He was ready for that, and he knew what was coming. If I'm a coach, I'm telling Cal Kafuk to do the same thing again.
Yeah,
Let me close it off that way.
Yeah, you can't tell him to play that any differently. I thought he played that excellently.
Right, he did.
now the Bordercats, every little hit, the
It's
rest
just-
of the game, every
just
single
look
bump,
back.
they're going to be mad. Every single bump, like right there. Like, is that a penalty?
But you
that
know-
was more of a hit than the
Agreed.
We could argue about this all day, but we got 3:30 here left.
Right. You know what we got to do from now on, and I think it's just got to be a clear
3 on
thing
2 here.
with
Well,
all
2 on
teams.
2.
Glover shoots, Machinsky the save against the whistle. 3:29 left in the second.
PJ, how do we do that then? I mean, no tournament ever goes and tells the refs what is a body check and what isn't. They're assumed to know.
No, yeah, it's a judgment call by the referees. I mean, obviously, this guy thought it was a hard check, and he made the call according to what he thinks is a hard check. And like you said, and there's supposed to be no checking in roller hockey, but come on, it's hockey. There's going to be physical contact. There's going to be bodies bumping into each other. And for that play and that situation, a one-on-one play, with Chavo coming in at you, the only thing to do is take his body away, and that's exactly what he did.
Yeah,
I just don't like the fact that it's a 3-2 game at that point. Okay, there's George. Now I see the motions, right? Okay, there he goes. And that's the call we decide to make. Meanwhile, everything else has been permitted.
Listen, because of the time of the game, that should not have been a call. I do agree with that.
Well, I don't think the time of the game should matter.
Oh, I do. I do.
Lemke in, shoots, he scores! It might not
Well,
matter.
that power play sure makes a difference right now.
There you go. A penalty against Bordercats. Obviously, it's going to be a goal with Black Eyes power play, and now you got Lemke with another huge snipe.
But watch and wait, my friends. The next penalty will probably go to Black Eyes.
And you know what? You're probably right, and it should because, well, I just didn't think that was a penalty. But
I think the refs have to. It sucks to say this, but they have to look for one.
we'll see how the game plays out here.
Did you just say they have to look for one?
I mean, basically, I think what he's trying to say is that the refs owe Bordercats a power play here.
Yeah, they do. But of course, they're not gonna pull one out of their,
Out of their where, Jordan?
So as you know, on Black Ice's bench, I would assume Jamie Rose harping on discipline.
I'm going to compare this a black and white rule to a gray area rule. I'll say 2 words, and it's a name, George, and you'll know exactly what I mean. Brett Hull.
Oh boy!
Standing in the crease.
Don't ever
rule
do
is
that.
clear. Just because it's an overtime goal, the NHL says we're not going to review it. Stanley Cup handed out.
That's a goal call. That's not a penalty.
It's a little different, but I get where he's going with it.
Gray area, black and white.
I get where he's going.
That
with
was
it.
not a gray area rule though. It was a black and white rule, and that was a gray area goal.
Right there. You go. Thank you. Thank you.
Matt Gerger fires one up ahead. Black Ice needs some more insurance. Pascali's looking for it. Wrist shot, glove save by Strauss. They can't get to the puck though.
Pascali, the first one there, and look at him. Wow, Billy's so freaking smart and collected.
That was an amazing play.
And of course, the last minute 50, it's going to be Gerger and DiMartino on the defensive end ending it.
Tyler Kraft, who can pretty much control the puck the rest of the game, has it. Fires it back behind his own net.
Brings up the popular question, George. When do you pull them?
Oh, next possession, you got to
soon.
pull them. Next possession, if they get it.
Siciliano does. For Kafuk. Shot, glove save, Machinsky. Now here, boys.
They don't have a timeout.
Here's that timeout you want to have that you don't have, but you used it at the right time.
They're pulling them right away. Whoa, they're pulling them now without possession.
Black Ice are good at draws.
PJ, would you do that?
Yeah, no, you got to leave. I think the goalie in right now until you get possession, and you have to go tight man on man here.
He's asking Billy and Kraft if they're all right.
Siciliano, I think, went over and asked Koleski if he wanted to put the goalie back in. Strauss doesn't have his helmet on. He getting some water over there.
Kafuk's got to win this draw.
Big win.
Koleski had confidence in his youngster, and he pulls through. Here we go, boys. Siciliano, minute 15 left. Over for Kafuk, back for Siciliano. Kafuk again, one-timer, he missed it high. That's the shot they want. They want Kafuk taking it. Ryan Kish crosses the red line. For Soper, back for Kish.
Look at Kafuk, ready back door here.
Siciliano to Kafuk. Kafuk back to Kish. Siciliano. Kafuk shoots. Machinsky makes the save and slips through him, but goes wide. It's pushed up the boards. Pascali couldn't get to the puck. Now he does. Billy Pascali. He's got a wide open net to shoot at. He goes over to Kraft. Kraft a 2-on-1 in the empty net. Kraft shoots. What a save!
B. Dare. Brandon Dare.
Tyler Kraft is a player that snipes goalies consistently, but Dare makes a beautiful pad stop, or should I say shin guard save, to save the tournament for the Bordercats.
Whatever he used, that was an unbelievable play.
Well, if you want one guy to be back there, why not the 6'7" guy?
And Dare's got to go again. You got to take Brandon Dare again. Black Ice is going to go.
George, do you agree with this timeout?
I don't know, man.
I'm kind of letting the Bordercats set up a bit.
I don't know. You're up by 1, and they can't even set up because they don't have a timeout. But Kraft was out there forever.
Yeah, I think you give your top guys here a little bit of a rest. And
But Gerger and DiMartino had not been out there. They just got out there with I mean, they've been out
I
there
don't think
for a
it's
minute.
for rest. I think Jay Muro wants to make sure
There is
100%
no shot.
everybody
There is
on
no
the same
shot
page.
that this timeout is for rest.
No.
What do we know, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Who am I?
Tyler Crabb gives me the big eyes.
Mitch Storff standing right there. Maybe he knows what this timeout is about.
He is expecting Black Ice to win. He's over on the bench ready to take him over to get their video board and stuff.
He's ready to hand out the trophy in the next round, too. Maybe he'll collect some money as well.
Big face-off again.
It is, because they can kill the whole 36 seconds with a win here.
Face-off won by the Bordercats.
Oh, Lemke. And he's going to go now. And is it Dare going again? Yep.
Put him in front.
Waiting for one shot here.
Of course he's going in front. 20 left
4
here.
seconds left. Down to Kafuk. Kafuk to Siciliano. Siciliano to Kafuk.
Got it.
Kafuk
Oh,
shoots.
what a block by Gerger.
Nate Gerger, an underrated defender. I don't even know if he's underrated. Everyone's starting to talk about this guy, but use those big legs to get in the way.
They might have to try to get some quicker chances
He
here.
said get it down the rink. He's like, don't be a hero. Get it down the rink.
Face-off
not
won
winning
with the Bordercats
face-offs.
again.
Lemke wins it again.
Kish has a rolling puck though. Goes over to Siciliano after he settled it down. Now to Lemke. Down low to Kafuk. Kafuk to Lemke. Shoots. Glove save Machinsky.
Wow.
Everything's from the outside, guys.
And there was not one screen there. I saw it the whole way, so I know Machinsky did.
It's still a big time save, boys, under pressure. 4.3
Absolutely.
seconds left, a 4-3 score. Puck is down. They win it, but it goes to the far side. Pascali dumps it down. The Black Ice are going to do it. The Bordercats gave them everything they had, and the Black Ice come away with the victory.
Speaking of another big game player, even on that end play, PJ DiMartino taking the face-off with 4 seconds left.
I'm just going to go out there and say this. Good for Matt Koleski, good for the Bordercats, and good for everybody here.
Wow.
Because they belonged here today. Sorry. They did.
And they did, and they showed it. They showed it. They beat the number 8 seed and only lost to the number 2 seed by 1. Yo, if nobody's giving credit to the Bordercats right now, you should be ashamed of yourself because they showed up here. They showed up here and showed out.
And the difference was a power play goal.
Yeah.
That was a questionable penalty in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, questionable without a doubt. Without a doubt, a questionable call. But
But you know what? Look how classy Kafuk is. He's the one that took the penalty. He goes over to the referees with a smile, tells them thanks. He could have went over there, gave him the evil eye, and said, thanks for the penalty, blah,
That
blah,
wasn't
blah.
even the ref that gave him the penalty, though. He's not even here.
right, he's gone.
But nonetheless,
He booked.
I like the classiness there because he was one of 3 players in the Bordercats to do so. That was classy, I think.
Jeff, you got the tea and honey up there? No, I'm just
I
kidding.
do.
All right, I'm
So
coming up.
come on up. So we're going to take a break. We'll be back to get you set up for Rink Rat and Pama La Beta Golden Knights. The winner will play the Mission Black Ice for $25,000 later this evening. For PJ Cavalla, Dennis Jelsic, George Brown, I'm Chris Treft. We'll be back after this on SWH Live.